What up? So today I'll be answering your questions from the previous episode. So I told you guys to ask me questions about almost anything. It doesn't really matter what it is, and I'll do my best to answer them. So first off, I'm going to answer the easiest questions first. And this is chosen at random, or some of you guys asked the same question, so I'm just going to post it all here. Anyway, first off is, fuck, I gotta do like 2 screens at the same time. It's freaking annoying. Chris, I think Chris, and the other one I can't pronounce it. I'm looking back and forth. Anyways, I'm gonna pop it up right here. Bah! There you go. You asked, is JK hiring any interns? We are not hiring any interns, and we do not have any interns. Everyone's fully employed here, so that's it. I don't know how more detailed I can go. Next question is from One Punch Tyler. One Punch Tyler? Did I read it? Okay. He asked, so who works full time at JK and who does other stuff on part time or whatever it is, something like that. Yes. Let me read it again. Yeah. So full time. Everyone that's full time is the people who are full time is Bart and Joe. Of course, we own the company. Then there's Gio. Then there's Casey. Then there's me. And then there's Brandon, and there's Julia. So I believe that's 7 of us. This should be 7. Not only that, we it's not like we do everything full time, I would say, because I think everybody has something else besides JK. Because Bart has his, gym. Bart and Gio, that is. Joe has his Dusky Hunters, and who else? Casey has his little production thing. I have my little production thing. Yeah, that's I think that's it. Everyone has some stuff outside JK as well. But I think majority of our time is taking part of JK and hoping and working on the future film. So that's what we're doing. And then a bunch of you guys asked me about school. So this is the main topic about today. So what's school life like? So I don't know. Do you guys tell me what school life is like? Tell me what your school life is like, because my school life is interesting. I'll first start off. First, there's a bunch of you guys that asked the same questions, similar questions in a way. What I did after high school and what college I went to, and give you guys tips on that. So high school. I got good grades in high school. It was I think 4.0, almost 4.0. I can't remember my grades. Anyways, I studied. I was part of yearbook staff. I took part in multiple clubs. Helped out with ASB, so I took photos for that. Designed the yearbook. Was in band. Played soccer. Like just random. I think my high school life, I was really exploring life at that time. And that's how I was open up to a lot of like my hobbies and my current interests right now. It was opening up me to different ways of viewing life. So yeah, I think I really discovered and explored when I was a lot younger. And if you guys are not exploring or not trying out different hobbies or like studying something random outside of school, you guys should do that right now. Let's see. So yeah, I think I finally discovered that I really wanted to go into film in high school. I think probably early high school, I was really interested in film. I watched movies ever since I was little, and I watch movies almost every day, actually. I watch movies more than I watch TV shows. That's what I did. And from there, I got interested in photography at first. So my first interest was photography, and then it was film. So what I did from there, what did I do? Fuck, it's so hard to play. What I did from there was, so yeah, I graduated high school, and then I chose to go to Cal State Long Beach. That's in California, in Long Beach. So Cal State Long Beach. So California State University of Long Beach. I think that's how you CSULB. Yes. Anyways, I can't speak and play at the same time. I'm so sorry. Concentration, man. Concentration. So I went through So yeah, high school was breezy. Funny fact, high school I wasn't popular at all. I'll tell you that. I was just an average kid who was in a band and took opportunities when it was provided to me. I took opportunities of just taking part of being very involved. That is, being involved on campus and involved outside of campus and stuff like that. So I wanted to just explore, and that's why I did it. And not only that, I experienced almost everything. I got my ass kicked. I kicked people's butts. In return, I got my ass kicked, bullied, all kinds of shit. But mentally, I was able to push myself through all that stuff. And at the end of the day, you know, I know that there's people out there and there's friends that still love you. And it was easy for me, I guess. It wasn't something of a burden, or like high school was not the only thing in life, you know. I didn't surround myself with those people who thought negatively, because there was more than just high school life and you're younger. There's so much more than after high school as well. So why be all burdened and pick on petty shit that happened to you when you were younger, you know? You have so much more stuff to explore in the world. So, and that's why I pushed myself through college. So college, I chose Long Beach. I'm jumping over the place because my head is like in 50 directions, playing and reading and fucking trying to answer the questions and fuck. So, was that college? Yes. So college, I went through college. I went to Cal State Long Beach. I went through the business program there. So I went to Long Beach, did the business program. Right off the bat, I took part of. No, it was funny. Let's go back. Let's go back to high school. I told myself that I wanted to work in the film industry when I was a senior in high school, and I wrote a letter to myself, and then gave it to the teacher, and the teacher gave it back to me like 5 years later. And I read it, and it's like, yeah, I want to work in the film industry, and I am now currently working in the film industry. But anyways, when I first went to Long Beach, it wasn't. I didn't end up studying film. I actually studied business. Reason being is that I wanted to do something business-like within the film industry, and I want to learn the arts outside of it. So I did two things: major in something that I have no idea about, and and study my hobby and my interest and career outside of college. So I didn't have to double major or anything, and I didn't want to spend extra money taking extra courses and shit, blowing money on arts. You know, art's already expensive itself, and it's an expensive career. So why blow more money when you go in the arts when I can study something I don't know, like business, and help me push myself more and a lot quicker and make me excel a lot quicker going through college. So that's why I did business, and then within business, I emphasis in marketing, advertising, commercial, broadcasting, all that kinds of stuff. So within business, that's what I did, underneath marketing, that is. So learn all that stuff. And that was my 4 year. I spent 3 years and a half. Graduated. I can't remember. Anyways, that was a while back. Fuck. What did I do? Oh, okay. So throughout college, I was barely there. I never spent a lot of time at college. Reason being is that when I first came into college, I decided to get an internship right away. So I had an internship since I was a freshman. So when I was 18. I joined a couple of clubs, and that's how I got my internship. I started working for a music label at the time, and or a small agency, small music label agency managing an artist group, a hip hop group. And from there, I ended up progressing and sticking with them throughout 4 years of college, and my 4 years of college. So balancing my internship at first, which became a job, and balancing that throughout college was really tough. But I don't know. I was so ambitious to gather so much information. I was like thirsty for knowledge, you know. So I'm thirsty for to learn and pick up new skill sets in life, and didn't want to be like. I didn't want to waste my time. That's what I did. So Um, besides having a job and full-time student and taking part of organizations and helping out the council helping out the school council at my college, and yeah, I was part of 4 organizations and stuff like that. I also even started my own fraternity, you know. So it's like you have to put, and I know that I'm saying all this stuff like it's how that's crazy, you know. How are you able to do everything? You gotta put your mind to it, and that's all I can say. It's easier said than done, you know. Not everyone can do what I did, but if you put your mind to it, anyone can do it. It's how much you want, and you know, how much drive you want, and how much more knowledge you want to bring to yourself. Instead of, see, so for me, I loved what I did, and I don't regret a single moment of it. It did put me through a lot of like hectic moments, but it definitely made me a stronger person. And taking on more responsibilities. Now, I'm not saying you should do everything and just take part of every org and take on responsibilities. You know, you have to know how to prioritize your responsibilities too. If you take too much responsibilities, then you fucked up. You know, if you can't handle it, then you fucked up. So know your limits. That's it. That's all I can tell you. Figure out your limits. If you feel like you can do more, then add a little bit more. And fill out the vibe first. If you can't, then don't add any more. Okay? So that's college itself. And within college, it was so much easy for me. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm sorry if you guys can't keep with me. I'm like trying to. My head's just everywhere right now. If you guys try to what do you call it? Try to wait. Anyways, I forget what the fuck I just said. Try to whatever. That's what I said. Let's go back to the. So with everything I did in college, it was good. What is it? Let's see here. How did I get in college? I applied in many places. I did get into a lot of. I did get accepted to majority of colleges I applied for. Not because I was smart. It wasn't about being smart. It was about being very open to the world. Like your personality also applies to the letter you write to the campuses, and they do really see what kind of person you are and what kind of activities you took part of. So it's like almost applying for a job. It's the same thing applying for colleges, but at the same time you're also feeding college and giving college their money. But anyways, so grades is one thing, as I say, for college. They also look for other things that's important. Just because you're like a straight A student doesn't mean they're gonna bring you into college, unless you go into a prestigious university, you know. So I'd say apply when you go to college. Take something that you're not interested in. That's the cool thing. Take something that you want to develop more skill sets in, and then study something else outside of school. So that's the best way that's the best tips I can give you about applying to exactly what school. Let's see here. So went through college, did all that stuff, balanced all the organizations, my fraternity, my job, and then going through school and stuff like that. And you say, how was I able to even take tests and shit when I was booked every day? I organized. My calendar was so hectic. I even gave my professors a head notice that I need to take certain things, like certain finals or quizzes or whatever it is, before I had to fly somewhere or before I had to do something else. Usually it was excuses for me to leave the class for the job. That was it. So I did prioritize my work before I prioritized school. Reason being is that I believe that I was gaining more knowledge and more experience at work than sitting in a classroom learning general education at the time. But what I did enjoy was my marketing classes and my upper division classes. And not only that, sometimes I did, and to tell you that, I did skip accounting, I did skip finance, I did skip my math classes, or skipped boring classes that I had to take to go crash into a, I don't know, an art class, film class, randomly sit in the lecture and listen. Because that was what I was interested in, right? And I knew that I was able to pick some of these materials and work at my own pace, because that's what college is. You know, professors are not gonna feed you fucking information. It's everything. You have to feed yourself, man. That's what it is. You being independent, and everything I'm saying right now is completely obvious. So, for you guys that are still quite don't know what it is, this is what it is. You know, why am I saying if you don't know? I don't understand. I hate it's a fucking habit. That's bad. I should get rid of it. Anyways, besides that, went through college. I'm going through this pretty quick. Sorry. Went through college. College was cool. It was very interesting, you know. I had my social life. Definitely met many people, many awesome people, many douchey people, many very obnoxious people, and it opened my eyes up to how each individual grew up. You know, everyone has their own story to share. Everyone acts a certain way because of the way they grew up. And that's what college is. It was almost a social experience for me, and at the same time a learning experience. And you have to know how to do both. Now, I might go on a rant now that a lot of kids that go to college now just waste their time. They're there, I'm assuming they're not paying for it, and I'm assuming majority of the kids watching this video are not paying for college. If you are, congratulations. You're balancing a job and working your ass off and paying college for yourself. Props to you. But if you are being financially aided by your parents, fucking take advantage of it. If your parents are helping you out, take full advantage of the knowledge that and the opportunity that they're giving you to learn something. You know, don't waste your parents' money. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your parents' time, and don't waste the professor's time. There's no point of you being in college if you're not going to even take any advantage of learning at all. And all you want to do is fucking party, do drugs, fucking socialize, and what the hell is that going to give you? Because I don't know any single person that went through that and fucking became successful. And if you did party hard enough, you better have learned something fucking great and applied it to life. That's all I'm going to give you right now. It's a matter of fact, it's the most smartest thing you can ever do is to take part of organizations, is to randomly jump into random lectures and listen to what the hell they're talking about, because knowledge is key. It gives you so much more to think about in life, and life is not about partying and living on the edge and fucking YOLO and fucking. It's about you giving back to the community. It's about you capable of doing service to something in society. That's what it is. And I know that maybe the US is not the best place for you to live, you know? I'd say that maybe it's for you to go to prestigious school and work your way to prestigious school, or study somewhere outside of the US. I don't know, whatever fits you the best, and apply that to life. And the thing applies to being a doctor and almost anything. Yeah, it's just take advantage. I'd say take advantage of your parents' giving and do something that you love. And if not, or studying something for your parents. I don't know what it is. You have to figure out how to balance it. And it's hard for me to give you advice on something that I don't have control of, you know? If your parents want you to do something and you want to do something else, you have to talk it out. That's the best way of communicating. And if your parents are hard-headed about it, deal with it. I don't know, surprise them later. If you really want to do something, like let's say, for example, you want to be a musician, right? And your parents want you to be a doctor, right? Fucking do it behind their back by talent. So study whatever it is, you know, study the medical field or stuff like that, and then fucking surprise them that you became fucking successful after you're doing whatever, you know. So sneak attack them with your career sometimes if you can't get your point across. It's my parents, you know. They at first, you know, typical parents. That the first they were pushing the medical field, and then I was easing off it. I didn't like it, you know. And I that's what my parents wanted me to do in the first place, was to go into dentistry or like medical field or pharmacist, but that wasn't my passion. They saw it early too. They knew I liked art. They knew that I loved music, I loved film, I loved photography, I loved anything with the arts. I was so passionate about it. Because I discovered that myself. Now I'm saying this passion can apply to being a doctor and everything else. Because, for example, Daniel, who loved film, discovered that he loved being a doctor. He loved helping people out. And not only that, he loved the idea of being more stable, the idea of like having... So anyways, that's another completely different topic. It's like that's your personal values in life, or what you value the most, and apply that to what path you want to take. So what's more valuable to you? Is it money? Is it, I don't know, is it being very relaxed? Whatever it is, do it to make your life more easy. I'm not saying, but with a purpose, with a strong purpose. Easy with a strong purpose. Nothing too easy as if anyone can do it. But
we have to recover.
That's only if you apply if you're mentally stable and mentally strong enough to take on the pressures of the rest of society that judges you for what you can be doing. So, yeah. So I did go through that. My mom didn't really enjoy me working for the music label at first because it involved a lot of going out, traveling, partying, drinking, and not only that, with the fraternity too. But the reason why she didn't support it was because I wasn't doing. She was not sure. She was scared, and that's like the mother's mother's love. You know, they're always worried about their children. You know, and it's just because they say something doesn't mean they hate you for it. So that's that. And movie, it's like how do you say? It's like doing something more ridiculous. They don't want you to do something reckless. That is, nothing reckless. That's what their parents don't want to do. So, but I proved them that I was able to do this music thing at the time, and this music label business thing at the time, and stuff like that. So after that, anyways, fast forward, I graduate, done. I was able to balance school, work, organization, fraternity life, all that stuff. And after college, I left the music label. And what did I do? What the fuck did I do? Oh, okay. I left the music label. I ended up working for an agency for a little bit, advertising, so we did commercials, stuff like that, digital print, in Marina Del Rey. That's near LAX airport in Los Angeles. Then worked for the agency for a while, for a bit, like half a year or something. And then I left, and what did I do after that? I left because it's too corporate-y. I didn't enjoy it. I wasn't having fun there as much as I wanted to. And I ended up working for different production companies. Not working, but like freelancing, let's say. I helped out Wong Fu. I helped out Ryan Higa at the time. I did like Kev Jumbo. I did a lot of like YouTube stuff for other like YouTube video, not YouTube, but production and stuff for other YouTubers at the time. This was early, like 2000. Not early. It's like 2011, 2012, 11. It was 2011 or 2010. Can't remember. Around that time. So did a couple of that stuff, and then after got to feel the vibe of each group, and then I ended up opening up my own production group with Daniel Kwan, we called Formula Arts at the time. And after that, we ended up being, I guess, brought on by JK because they liked what we were doing. And then we vied up with JK more, and we ended up staying at JK, and that's how I ended up here today. So over time, and not only that, the music label, the people I worked for, the music label, introduced me to the YouTube world. So that's how I met everybody. I met Bart and Joe way back before I even joined them. I met them like in 2007 or something like that. We were more of acquaintance at the time. So we didn't do anything until I officially introduced myself to them in 2011. So around then, I stuck with them until now, and it's been like 3 years, almost fucking 4 years. Shit, 3 years, more than 3 years now. So it's been great. It's been an amazing time for me, and that's it. You know. What else is there? Someone else asked something. Am I missing anything? Andrew Led asked me about friends. Friends? Someone attracted to you? Tips? Wait. Okay, here, Andrew. Don't wait. Do not wait. Go out and socialize. Just talk. I know it's hard for people, and it's easier said than done, but literally just be yourself. And literally relax. Who cares if you embarrass yourself? Who cares if you do this or that? You people are so... Just be acceptance of who you are. And don't, and I say that being nervous is natural. Right? Every guy is nervous, you know. And even if you have a good social life, you freeze up sometimes. You're to a person that you're very attracted to. The only thing is that just go talk casually. It's almost like you talk about yourself, and you ask them about themselves, and you talk about things like that. And you just bounce it back and forth. It's a conversation that can never stop. There's no wrong or right way to do it. I can't go too detailed in it because I'm not an expert in that stuff. I just personally, for me, start having a conversation is the easiest thing to do. And you bring up almost anything, not too personal. You start off surface like first, and then you build it in more, and then you feel out the vibe with that person. You know, him or she, doesn't matter who it is. It works for almost anyone, and just open yourself up. That's it. Just really, it's simple, but everyone takes it. You know, everyone has their own approach. So figure out what your thing is. Figure out what you're really interested in, and share it, because someone else might be interested in that stuff. And if they're not, switch it around. See what they're like. See what they like they're into. That's the easy way to go. So next question. Oh my god, my head is like fucking gonna die. Okay, so what's it like paying taxes? By Anime Slayer 6. And One Punch Tyler said, it's fun. Yes, it is fun. No, it's not fun. I love the government taking the hard-earned money that I made. It is awesome, and spending it on shit that I do not enjoy. So, yeah, paying taxes. That's why I have an accountant. That's why I send the accountant everything I have, and they take care of it. And that's easy. That's the most easiest thing to do, because I don't have time to fucking go through all my numbers and calculate all the shit, like my expenses and stuff like that. That's what I have an accountant for. So I pay an accountant to do my taxes. And that's it. And why I don't like paying taxes? I want to know where my money goes exactly. You know, I would rather have 100% of my money go to education than have it go to some fucking prison to feed people who did crime. Right? Well, that's a whole nother topic that I don't want to talk about, but that's surface for right now. If you guys are interested, just ask right away in the comments below. Alright. Last one. I think this is the last one. Yeah. So, hey man, I have a question for you. Ever since you've done YouTube, you like the job or whatever. Okay, now YouTube, everything you can say is a job, but a job that's really fun, right? So anything that's fun, I wouldn't consider a job. So, would I consider this a job? Yeah. Is it fun? Yeah, because YouTube is not the thing that we want to do end up, you know? I think I'm speaking for behalf of JK as well. I think that YouTube is just a platform for us to show our craftsmanship. And then from there, we can expand to other platforms, you know? We want to do our featured film. That's why we stopped doing skits. Because we appreciate the art, and at the same time, we have to balance the material that our audience likes, and at the same time, balance our art and our pleasure of doing something, right? So, that's why we were working on the feature film, and that's why sometimes doing the art is not the most financial thing to do, but it makes us happy. And at that same time, we have to do certain like videos where it gets us paid, you know? So it's all about, we work our ass off so we have the money to do our fun stuff. That is making a feature film. So hope you guys have a fun time. This is the end of my video. I think it's like 30 minutes long, man. Fuck. So yeah, leave in the comments below. You guys want to know more details about certain things, ask away, because I will answer it in the next video. That's it. So peace out, guys. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, that is. And peace out, JKG for life. No, that was pretty whack. Never do that, because if I ever see that, I will puke. It's disgusting. Please don't. Yeah, if you guys want to figure out any more things, leave the comments below. I will talk to you guys next week. And if I did not answer your question, I'll answer in the last video. Hopefully, if it's not, if it's appropriate in the way. Peace out, guys.
We shouldn't go on that side until we take him out, because he can get us from the back. Yeah.